Hey there, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess, and today I have a total body reformer flow for you. We're only on one medium spring. So for me on my stot, I'm just on a blue spring. The lighter you go, the harder this is. So I could have gone to a white. Up to you if you want to try it a little spicier. Now today's workout is actually based off of, well, they're based off of each other. I'm making another video that's gliding discs. So it's reformer on the mat using the gliding discs, and we do the exact same movements on the mat with the discs instead. So I would love to hear from you guys having a reformer at home and trying both of the workouts. What did you feel? Which one was harder for you? I talk a lot during this workout saying how much harder it was doing the disc workout before this one. So try both. If you're looking for extra spice, definitely do the mat work one because it is harder. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Anyways, we're gonna start with your platform extenders on if you've got it. Foot bars probably down. You could always pull it up during standing work if you want. And again, probably about a medium spring. 4-point kneeling, hands on your platform, feet against your blocks. So stack your shoulders over your wrists. Hips will be over your knees once you push your carriage out just a tiny little bit. And then let's just push away, pressing through the arms and sink your chest down. Now I like to actually bring my hands to the edge of the platform so I have something to push against. Sink your chest to the spring and then round your back like a cat to travel in. Inhale, lengthen, reach yourself out, thinking back extension. Exhale, tuck and round, just to the point that feels good for you in those movements. Sticking your bum to the sky as you sink the chest down between the arms, allowing the chest to expand. Feel the abs working as you round your back to come in. You've got to be intentional about finding your abs. It's not like doing hundreds where your abs burn automatically, but instead find the work. We'll do 2 more. Lifting the bra line to the sky as you reach your belly up and away from your thighs. Okay, then we have thread the needle. Let's take your left arm, inhale, open it to the sky. As you push away, thread under. And again, you might have the heel of your hand on the edge. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread as far across as you can. One more. Keeping the hips over the knees the whole time. And then once you come in, we'll change sides. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Just building some mobility through your spine. Last one. And then once you come back in, again, stack shoulders over your wrists, spread the fingers nice and wide. Carriage stays a little off your stopper. And then while holding it still, can you lift your knees? Lower them down. Find your perfect spot. Exhale, hover. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reset. Exhale, hover. Doing your very best here to hold that carriage still. Bracing the core with each hover. And on your next one, let's hold the knees hovered, push the carriage out, full plank, bend the knees to return. Just gliding out and in. Holding your spine long and neutral. Can you go for 4? Heating up through the quads a little bit. And then hold it out there, full plank. Can you glide from your shoulders to press out a little? Then glide shoulders back over the wrists. Exhale, press away. Inhale, return. It's okay if you don't go far, even moving an inch is fine. Just do your best to hold your plank really stable. 2 more. One more time. And then bring it in and lower down. Give yourself a second. Already building up the heat. Couple shoulder rolls, wrist shakes, and then we get to move away from planks for a while. Next, we're gonna go up standing for a lunge. Careful getting there. You're welcome to have your foot bar up for something to hold on to if you want. Let's step the right foot forwards, flat on your platform, and then standing up, you can maybe rest your left toes against the edge of your carriage for something to push against, or further back if you prefer. Now, let's slowly glide it out, sink down into your lunge, and then exhale, rise up to return. Catch your balance. Now, depending on leg length, you might not love having your toes wrapped around the edge. For me, only being 5'3", I have no problem at all, but if you're bumping into the end, that's where maybe you'll prefer stepping your foot further back. Also, stepping your further back makes the spring feel a little lighter, which makes it feel a little harder. The version of this workout that I did on the mat using the gliders, it's so hard on the gliders because you're just working against your own body weight to go up and down, whereas here the spring helps us. So the lighter we can go with your spring, the harder it's gonna be. We still have another 3. Driving down through that front heel to rise, connecting through the glute. On your next one, we hold it down and we scooter back leg in and out. Front leg is working really hard to stay stable. You could even have your hand on your knee to help prevent the knee from wobbling. We've got 5, 4, maybe go lower. Hold it out, pulse. Up an inch, down an inch. The pulse comes from the front leg. Carriage just moves as a result. For these pulses, I feel it more in my quads, whereas on the mat, it was more glutes for me. I feel like the spring helps me to pulse up each time, and maybe that's why. We've got 3, 2, and 1. We get to return back in. Turn to the side, right foot still on the platform. And now we're just going to keep the right hip over top of your ankle and glide the carriage out so you're in a side lunge. Glide in, rise up. Keep the knee in line with your toe, which is in line with your hip. If you have your arm dangling right underneath your shoulder, as you go down, your fingers should be able to be in line with your toe. It's okay if you don't touch your toe, but you should have that alignment. Shoulder in line with hip, in line with knee, in line with foot. And left leg's just straight and it has to go somewhere, so it goes out to the side. We've got 3 more. Recruiting that right glute to rise each time. Next one, hold it down, scooter the left leg. The right leg still stays stable. Staying low and steady. I think maybe my quads hurt because I already filmed this on the mat, and that version was a little harder. 3 more, 2, and 1, we return. Okay, now we're traveling with the machine. Starting standing, as you go out, bend into the left leg. Rise up, squeeze the thighs to return. Now for me on my medium blue spring, it's fairly easy both to press out and to come in for me. What I am finding though, is it's challenging to rise up. Kind of like if you were doing it on the mat, the challenge is just pushing up. Although if you've got the glider, it's squeezing your thighs that makes it challenging. We've got 4 more of these. Same idea here. The ankle and knee should be underneath your shoulder. Reach reaching down to test that alignment. Okay, the next time we go out, let's stay out there and we scooter. We glide in and out, but we're keeping our foot underneath that left shoulder the entire time. Maybe using your arm as your guide. Gliding nice and smooth. We've got 5. I thought someone was at the door for a second. I thought maybe my boyfriend was gonna walk in and interrupt. And then I thought like, oh, maybe it's the mailman or something like that. And then I was like, ooh, that would look really weird for the mailman to not walk in the door, for him to look through the window and see me just like gliding, seemingly in the air. Anyways, hopefully I'm distracting you. One more, bring it back in. I think it was just the wind that moved my screen door. Okay, you're not gonna like where we're going. Side planks. Now, to make those easier, you could have your bottom knee staying down on your carriage and then top foot can just press out and in. To make it harder, both feet go on your platform. You can choose either your hand or your elbow. For me on the reformer, I usually prefer my elbow just because I find it's more stable. So up to you. I like to set up the elbow against the block with the hand holding the opposite block. Top foot forwards, bottom foot back with your feet half off, half on the edge of the platform. That way you have something to push against. Set up your shoulder, get it away from your ear, lift the waist, and then hover your hips and go out. Bend the knees to return. And as you do this, you're focusing on keeping your shoulder over top of your elbow. Squeezing those thighs each time you press out. And again, maybe you just have bottom knee staying down and you're just practicing your shoulder stability. Or you could go on the mat. It's always a good option. 2 more. Maybe top hand stays down, maybe to your hip, maybe up. On your next one, can you hold it out? Thread the needle, and as you thread, carriage comes in a little. Inhale, open. So it's more like a pike thread today. But if that feels too challenging, hold yourself out and just thread or just practice holding. Your choice. We've got another 3. Swiveling on your feet to do that. Last time. Oh my goodness. Okay, bring it in. You're doing fantastic. We're already halfway through. We pretty much just have to do the other side and then we'll be done. So let's get right to it. We're starting first with the side planks. Try to match what you did on the first side, unless your 2 sides are completely different for some reason. Top foot forwards, bottom foot back. Set up your shoulder. Lift the waist and press out. Bend the knees to return. You're doing your very best not to press with the arm, only press with the legs. Focus on keeping the shoulder over the elbow so it doesn't feel like you're moving on top of the machine, but instead it feels like you're moving as one with it. I think that's one of the biggest challenges of the reformer is figuring out how to move with it, coordinating your movements with it. Whereas on the mat, again, doing this with the gliding discs was awful. It was a lot of challenge, but here you're more concerned about stability and safety. We're gonna hold it out, top arm reaches, thread the needle pike, inhale, open out, exhale, thread and pike. You can do this. We did it on one, so we can do it here. 2 more. Last one. Oh my goodness, okay. All right, second side of standing, your side split series. Let's get to it. Carefully step up onto the stable side first. Find your alignment. And then we're starting by just going up and down, but because the right leg stays straight, it has to go to the side. In the gliding discs workout, I call this a pirate squat. Your right leg is made of wood, like a pirate peg leg, and it just has to go somewhere as you're doing squats. Going up and down, Maybe using your arm as a guide. Is your big toe in line with the knee, in line with the hip? We only have 3. Okay, hold it down, scooter that right leg. Focus on your stability on the left. It's not really about what's going on with the right. That's just doing something while you're holding it here, and it's challenging your stability. Open the shoulders. Whatever you want to do with your hands. 2 more. And bring it in. Okay, next we go with it. When you're ready, keep the left leg straight, bend into the right. Rise up to return. Track the knee underneath the hip. Don't worry about pressing far. That's the biggest mistake I usually see people do here, is pressing out too far. Think about going down. We've got 4. This is so much easier than the gliding discs. That's the thing, if you love the reformer, that's awesome, and there's so many things that are super hard that are harder on the reformer than on the mat, but oftentimes the mat's harder, and the reformer just allows you to do things that maybe you couldn't do on the mat. Okay, let's now hold it out. Keep your foot underneath your hip pretty much, then the left knee to return, in and out. You stay at exactly the same height the whole time. If the ceiling was an inch over your head, you would never bump up into the ceiling. Focus on your stability on the right. Moving as one with the machine. 5 more. Notice how much your core is working for that stability too. 2. And last one. Beautiful. Okay, we still have lunges on the second side. Left foot stays on the platform. We turn to face forwards. Catch your breath. And then maybe your toe starts on the edge, maybe it's further down. And when you're ready, lunge yourself away. I started on the edge, so that's where I'll do my first few. Draw those shoulders open. It's a whole body workout. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. How are you finding this workout? You don't have to pause and tell me now, but tell me after. 2 more. And last one, hold it down, we scooter. Back leg in and out. I had my foot stepped further back, so I'm gonna readjust. I really try my best to match the 2 sides the best I can. Because so many things throughout your daily life throw you off balance anyways, so you might as well try to be symmetrical in your workouts. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that back leg straight and pulse. You can do this. I feel my glutes more on this side. Quads are taking over on the right for some reason. 3, 2, 1. Return, crawl back onto the machine. Woo, we're almost done, but not yet. Next, we have pikes. Now, you can either do this facing forwards. That's gonna be more stable, having hands on the platform. I find it more fun facing the other way. So that's where I'm gonna go. It looks the same no matter what. Hands or elbows. Wrap your toes around the edge if you're there with me. Maybe hands against the shoulder blocks. And then we hover the knees and we press out, full plank. Pike your hips to the sky to travel in. Extend to press out. Shoulders always stay over top of your wrists. And just lifting your hips to the sky to close your spring. Way harder doing this with your gliding discs. 4 more. This feels like a piece of cake to me after that workout. I forgot how hard the discs were. Last time. And then bring it back in. Okay, let's just stand because that's how we finish the mat workout. Spread the arms and fold down. Hang heavy. Roll your way back up, final arm circle, and you're all done. How did you like that? Did you do both of the workouts? I think I'm putting this workout first actually before the gliding disc one, most likely. But when you get a chance, try both. You guys having a reformer, easy for you to try both. If you don't have gliding discs, that's okay. You can use either cloths or paper plates, depending on if you have hardwood floors or carpet. Those things work great too. Otherwise, I got my discs at the dollar store. But anyways, I would love to hear, how did you find both of the workouts? Did you like me even just talking about the mat work compared to the reformer while we were doing this? I would love to hear from you. Anyways, don't forget to like this video if you liked that mat versus reformer kind of style. I can do more of them in the future if you give it a like. And subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy the rest of your day. You've sure worked hard, so savor the rest of the day. See ya.